Then knock, Jesus said. And this one is a little different because you ask is a simple request, seek is you search it out. Knocking, there's a barrier. There's a door. You can't just right away go in. You have to knock. And sometimes you have to bang on the door. You have to knock. And there are barriers. And it's a more determined effort. There's a unwavering exertion. You have to exert effort. Okay? And sometimes you don't even hear anything from the other side of the door. It seems like. He says, knock and it will be open to you. Knock and it will be open to you. In the parallel verse in Luke chapter 11, in the NIV version, look at what it says in the New International Version. I tell you, even though he will not get up and give you the bread because of friendship, yet because of your shameless audacity, he will surely get up and give you as much as you need. Jesus used these words. Impudence, shameless audacity, that you can boldly, confidently come to your Father in heaven. Shameless audacity. And sometimes, that's why you have to knock. Because though, again, parables always have, they're not good, doesn't give us the complete picture, right? But it doesn't mean that God is asleep on the other side, right? It doesn't mean that. But you knock and you believe God and ask God for the door to open. And sometimes God doesn't answer right away because He has a different plan and purpose currently. Let me illustrate it this way. When our eldest son graduated from university, one of our grad gifts was because his work involves a lot of time in front of the computer. So we bought him a new laptop. And so we trusted God for it. We believed God for it. And so he got his laptop. While we were ministering in our church, in Every Nation Church in Abu Dhabi, a few weeks ago, he texted, or we got the news that he actually accidentally dropped his laptop, okay, and broke the screen, cracked the screen. And so wouldn't be covered by Apple Care because of, he cost it, right? Though it was an accident. And it would cost 40,000 pesos to do that, okay, to have it fixed. It's like, wow. Okay, and so now, my wife and I prayed, and we said, okay, Lord, what are you trying to accomplish in his life? And even in ours, right? And to be honest, we've attended financial seminars and all that. We've been taught to have emergency funds, build it up 3 months, 6 months, and all that. So actually, we have emergency funds to be able to cover for the laptop. But we felt like God was stretching our son's faith and that God was going to pull through for him through another way, not through us, okay? And so we said, okay, we'll hold it off. Okay, and let's have him trust the Lord and knock on that door. And he did. In fact, God provided in different ways. How many of you know sometimes you wish the provision just came from heaven? It's like, oh, and then a wad of cash is there. You wish that were so. But for him, he had to find the stuff that he owned, like his film camera, AE1 Canon, his most loved camera. He had to sell it, right? And so other things that he owned, he had to sell them, and until he made it to 40,000 pesos. And the Lord provided through the buyers, right? And the Lord used that to stretch his faith. And all throughout that time, while he was going through what he was going through, he tweeted. This is what his tweet was: our unanswered prayer and persistence. If God has not said no, what reason is there to stop praying? So God was doing something in his heart, and God was stretching his faith. Sometimes there's a barrier, and you have to knock on that door. God will open it, but there's a reason why he hasn't opened it yet. There's a possibility. You see, answering our prayers in the way we want him to answer is not always the answer. I don't know, a lot of answers there, right? But sometimes that's not the answer. Sometimes it's waiting on him, knocking on that door, and maybe trusting God through the process. Because an answer to prayer is so easy for God to achieve. He's the God of the heavens and the earth. He can do it. But is it possible He's trying to accomplish something in your heart? And sometimes it's not, He's not trying to change the circumstance. He's trying to change our hearts.